Alright guys, today we are going to talk about the top ways to farm in the ventures.
Can I be your superhero?
Guys, if you love the content that we're doing here, please use our supporter creator code. It really helps us out, guys. Thank you so much. Alright guys, so farming is a really big deal in the ventures. We need to be able to get weapons, right? Weapons are the biggest thing, the biggest obstruction, the biggest problem in the game, which is why I really like Blakebeard's stash, because it allows me to use peg legs instead of weapons, which saves me from having to burn up all my weapons. But we have some great ways for you to farm to get tons and tons of weapons, and it's really easy. So let's just break it right down. When you're in the power level 1 to 19 area, you're going to be getting primarily copper. From the 19 to 46 area, you're going to be getting silver ore. From the 46 to 70 zone, you're going to be picking up the majority of malachite. Then from 76 to 100, that is where Shadow Shard becomes available. And lastly, from 100 to 140, that is where you're going to be getting the majority of your Sunbeam. Now, there is some overlap in between. When you're in the 70 and the 76 zone, you're going to see a little bit of Shadow Shard, a little bit of malachite. It'll leach over in between the barrier zones. As you start getting to the upper end of your category, you'll start seeing the next category of weapon material above that. So now that we know where the material comes from, let's talk about how to get it. Because the best ways that you can possibly farm for these weapon materials is not by going into a cave. Yes, you can go into a cave and you can absolutely find these, and you should. You should. If you see a cave, definitely jump into that cave, smash those nodes. You'll get a few here and there. You'll get, you'll get some of your quartz, you'll get some of your malachite, just all that junk, copper, silver, blah blah. It's all there. You'll find it periodically from time to time, and you'll usually get maybe 2, right? 2, maybe 3, 4 if you're really lucky. But that's not where you're going to pick up the majority of your materials. I typically, if I'm farming, if I'm actively pursuing weapon materials so that I can get some new weapons, that is not how I'm going to do it. So the best farming mission in the entire game is ideally a 4-man team. You bring your friends, go into the highest level, destroy the encampment missions that you possibly can, and absolutely smash that mission into the ground. Encampments have the ability to give you any special resource. They can give you wood rewards, which also gives you twine. They can give you stone rewards, which can also give you powder. They can give you metal rewards, which will also give you mechanical parts. You can also get chests, which give you a little bit of everything and have pretty much the best rewards in the game, although it's very random. You can also get crafting supplies, which is how you're going to get your batteries and your duct tape. You can also get bullets. There are bullet rewards, which will give you all kinds of ammunition, every single kind, sometimes all of it, sometimes just a big massive stack of 1 or 2. You can also get traps, and this is huge because traps recycle into all the things that you need to build traps, and traps are a big deal. They may not seem like a big deal when you're first starting out, when you're going through the low level ventures, but as you get into the higher levels of ventures, the traps are going to be just as important as they always were. So make sure that you get as many traps as you possibly can and recycle those traps. Those traps are worth the big boy rewards. That's how I have so much of everything. You have to remember that when you recycle your traps, you're getting pretty much all the resources for that trap. You can then use those resources to craft god roll versions of those traps. So never ever use a trap that you pick up. Recycle that trap and then use those materials to make your versions of those traps, which are vastly superior. Now, outside of farming for encampments, always keep your eyes open for the radar towers. The radar towers are just like encampments. Whenever you're doing an encampment or a radar tower or anything, if rescuing a survivor, when you look closely at the objective, you can see what it's going to give you. You can see whether it's a wood reward or a stone or a metal. The best reward that you can get for an encampment is ore or quartz crystal. If you see copper ore or quartz crystal on those encampments, that is the best. At low level, ore will give you copper, it'll give you copper, it'll give you silver, it'll give you malachite, and eventually it'll give you obsidian. And then even and at extremely high levels, you can even get bright core. With the quartz reward, you can get quartz at low level, but once you start getting into the twine peaks in the 76 plus, you're going to start getting shadow shard and sunbeam, and that's where it gets really valuable, and you don't want to miss out on those opportunities. So those present rewards, those are the best. They come from encampments, they come from the radar. You can even get rewards out of an anomaly. When you go up to an anomaly, you look at the anomaly's rewards, it will tell you what you're going to get. If you see a metal reward on an anomaly, you do that anomaly because you need to get your hands on those mechanical parts. Mechanical parts are extremely valuable for trapping. Now, hilariously, the best farmer in the entire game is actually Pathfinder Jess. No longer are the days of archaeologists and fossil Southie because they require fighting in order to use energy, meaning their anti-material punch is actually worthless. So we are back to Pathfinder Jess, the pickaxe specialist. Her pickaxe hits like a truck, and that is the way you are primarily going to be farming for everything. Farming for wood, for stone, for metal, anything that you have to hit. Pathfinder Jess is going to be your #1 hero. She's absolutely amazing. It's funny that the newbie farmer build has made a comeback as now the #1 farmer for Ventures entirely. Hilarious. I just love it. I freaking love it. Woo, Pathfinder, baby. Who thought we'd be saying that again? All right, so it is always a good idea to save survivors. Survivors also give you presents. Basically, what I'm telling you is anything that gives you presents is a huge deal now. You need to go and do those. If you see presents, you get those presents. You can see what the rewards are going to be usually before you get them. But that's how you're going to get the vast majority of your weapon material parts. Now, the other two really important ways of farming is doing the storm chest, man. Back are the days of multiple storm chests in a single match. I have already experienced multiple storm chests in a single match, which I never thought that I would see again, but they're back, at least for now. And that is super awesome, because when you complete a storm chest, you kill all those enemies and kill those mist monsters, you get 2 presents. 2 presents. And those things always have weapons in them, which you can then recycle for materials. That is a freaking fantastic way to farm for weapon materials. And also, I have found myself, especially at lower levels, especially before I've got my hands on some really good legendaries, I've been using a lot of the weapons that I get out of the storm chests, because they're good enough, right? They're good enough. A lot of the time, I would rather use my storm chest weapons instead of my really good ones, just to conserve on materials so I don't have to spend. Because what I often find myself doing with all of these, we're farming like crazy. The reason we're doing it is because I want to save this so that I can go and get some really good weapons. If you would like to learn how to get the best weapons in Ventures, just click the link and it will teach you the entire method of how you use these resources to get the best guns. Now, the other way is the skeets, man. Skeets are still amazing. When you do skeets, just like a storm chest, they're going to give you 2 presents upon completion. So you need to get in there, you need to get your aim on, don't miss your shots, smash those skeets, and get those presents. You hit all 20, and you're going to get guns and resources. You can recycle the guns, and you can use all those resources to profit, man. That is such a great tool for farming. You do not want to miss out on the skeets. If you happen to notice the drones that are falling, these ones are a little bit of a fight. You kind of need to bring a team, and it is one heck of a scrap. And I like to do them if they're convenient, but honestly, most of the time I'll skip these because they only give you 1 present. Good rewards though, and it gives you a ton of resources. So you're getting stone, metal, and wood. You're also getting an awesome present. And if you can do it, if it's convenient to get your team over there, then do it. It's only really viable if you bring everybody. Otherwise, it's too much of a hassle. But yeah, if you are paying attention and you communicate clearly and quickly as a team, everybody gets over there and smashes that drone. You can get some pretty solid resources out of that as well. All right, guys, that is all of the absolute top tier ways that you can farm, the best ways to farm. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned a little bit of something, and hopefully it solidifies your confidence to know exactly what the best methods of farming are to get exactly what you need to get those awesome guns and really crush this game into the ground, man. I want you guys to absolutely destroy these ventures, be able to get the best guns, be able to get tons of traps, and absolutely win. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for all the support on the channel, guys. We are growing faster than ever, and it is because you guys are helping your community, man. Thank you so much for helping your team. Thank you for clicking, turning those notifications on. Thank you so much for always clicking on every single video that you see in your notifications and in your recommended feed and smashing that like button. Thank you for watching our videos and doing your part, to make this a success. I love you guys so much. You guys are the best. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah!